Do subscribe to Ekeeda channel and press bell icon to get updates about latest engineering, HSC and IIT JEE main and advanced videos. So the topic that will be studying today is hydraulic gradient line and total energy line. So these lines are nothing but they'll tell you the energy that the fluid is having at that particular point. So hydraulic gradient line is nothing but, in simple words, if you want to understand, it is nothing but the summation of pressure head and the datum head. And total energy line is nothing but summation of pressure head, datum head and the velocity head. So as you all know, as we have already seen in chapter 2, a moving fluid possesses three types of energy. First is the potential energy, next is the kinetic energy, and third is the pressure energy. And these energies we talk in terms of heads. When you convert these energies in terms of head, you get pressure head, the velocity head and datum head. So pressure head and datum head, the summation will give you the hydraulic gradient line. The pressure head, the datum head and the velocity head, total all three, summation of all the three will give you total energy line. So let's understand each of them, HGL and TGL, in detail through diagrams. As you can see in the diagram, I've drawn two tanks in red color. You can see there are two tanks, and the tanks are connected by a pipe. I've selected a reference plane at the bottom. I've drawn two green lines. As you can see, the lower one is nothing but hydraulic gradient line. I'll explain you how and why it is hydraulic gradient line. Now I'll be writing in short forms. Hydraulic gradient line is HGL. Total gradient line is TGL. Hydraulic gradient line, as I said earlier, is nothing but summation of pressure head and the velocity head. So I'm sorry, it is a summation of pressure head and datum head. So hydraulic gradient line is an imaginary line which you can get after you plot the pressure head from the center of the pipe. So from the center of the pipe, if you plot all the pressures at different levels of the pipe, and you will come across different points, and the locus of all the points will give you the hydraulic gradient line. And when you are considering hydraulic gradient line, the velocity is not considered in it. So if you add velocity head in hydraulic gradient line, it will give you total energy line. So that is a simple way to understand hydraulic gradient line. So total energy line, total gradient line is nothing but it is summation of velocity head, pressure head and the velocity head. Hydraulic gradient is nothing but summation of velocity head and the pressure head and datum head. So these lines tell you what energy, what type of energy and what is the total amount of energy that a fluid possesses at any section of the pipe. And it is very important to know what energy it is possessing, because you will come to know whether the fluid will flow through it or not. So it is very important to understand, to know what kind of energy and what type of energy it is possessing at different locations in the pipe, so that you can design it properly, so that the fluid doesn't stop flowing through it. So all these factors have to be considered before you design everything. So these lines are very important. So hydraulic gradient line is pressure head and datum head. Total energy line, I'm sorry, it is not total gradient line, it is total energy line. So it tells you the summation of all the three: pressure head, datum head and the velocity head. So that was all about this topic, hydraulic gradient line, total energy line. So I hope you'll have understood this. Thank you.